last night we had a threat toward violence toward one of our school systems that came in. But the way it came in was through Crime Stoppers. And so, which is why we want to continue to encourage anybody in our community to use Crime Stoppers, to report crimes, to report concerns. And so I'm very grateful to Ms. Costanza being here, and she may have a statement or two for you. However, this one threat ended up accumulating to a total of 12 threats today to our schools. Now, when those threats came in, the New Orleans Police Department, the chief of the police department that oversees the school systems, and with our other partners like the state patrol, the state police, obviously we took these extremely seriously. We went on site to every one of those schools. The schools did practice their protocols of shutting down or and that would be a specific question for Chief Johnson, because some schools chose to close, others did different measurements. But everyone did exactly what was expected of them. And so with that, I'm actually going to turn it over now to Chief Gantier to give a little bit more details, and then, as we said, any and all questions. I want to assure our community, though, that our schools right now are safe. Our parents have been notified. Our children are safe. But this kind of threat, we are going to find you. Anyone who thinks that whether they think this is a prank or this is a serious threat in any event, it is absolutely not tolerated. There will be consequences, and I will tell you that the person or persons responsible for this today and for last night, you are going to be arrested, and the consequences will follow. So with that, Chief.
Thank you, Chief. Well, good afternoon, everyone. As the Chief stated, we are taking these threats very seriously. We are investigating them. I won't get into specifics right now. We have identified some callers, and we're doing further investigation that we'll be looking at to ensure that we can get a good case together and forward over to the DA's office. However, right now, we do not have any violence that occurred in any of the schools. We have increased our patrols in those areas. All our school resource officers have been notified and are alerted. The schools, as the Chief has said, have taken their own security protocols that they've done, and in contact with us and working in collaboration, we will make sure that the schools are safe. Just one thing, as the Chief said, we want to make sure that people realize that there are serious charges to these threats. You know, we will use the terrorizing threats, which is our revised statute 1440.1, and that is terrorizing schools in effect. So some schools have shut down, some schools have decided to go on, but we have increased our patrols in those districts. All our captains, district captains, are aware of these threats and are, you know, acting to protect the students and faculty. And we do understand the parents' concern, but the best we can do right now is to increase our patrols, track these people down, and put them away. So with that said, I will introduce Chief Johnson, and he can kind of more specifically say what the schools are doing to protect themselves.
Good afternoon. Once we received a tip last night from Crime Stoppers with Ms. Costanza, we then notified our SROs in every district that affected each school. So we put that protocol in place. We contacted the CEOs of the schools. Then they put their protocol in place that they've been practicing since last year, just bringing the protocol of closing or increasing their security through private security, and in conjunction with NOPD, our partners, and we move forward from there. There's been no active situation on any of our campus, so now we're here.
Thank you. Director, do you want to say a few words about how important Crime Stoppers is?
So Crime Stoppers runs the Safe Schools Louisiana Anonymous Reporting Program. And I can tell you that we have seen nationwide an increase in school threats. But what we want you to remember here, and particularly in the city of New Orleans and the public schools in New Orleans, you have this resource at your fingertips. It allows you to report information completely anonymously. And the information, as our chief said, goes immediately to law enforcement in the schools for investigation. So parents, if you're seeing threats coming across social media, we want you to share it to our Safe Schools Louisiana app. And let's not just keep repeating and sharing amongst each other. Share it where the authorities and the investigators can take action, and as we did in this, and come down to the bottom of that actual threat. For the school system, Safe Schools Louisiana is a statewide program. It is free of charge. So if you have a school out there that you're looking for a resource for anonymous reporting, Crime Stoppers has been there for you since 2005. We're there for you now. And again, students can report anything they see online, send photos and video. It makes a huge difference. Last but not least, students. You hear it all the time. Speak up if you see something. Speak up at Crime Stoppers. We've got your back. We just need your information to be safe. Thank you.
All right, we'll have questions starting with Elizabeth and ending with Missy. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Yeah, so my question is, can you just kind of elaborate on exactly what the threat was? And was it kind of like a copy and paste version sent to each of these 12 schools?
Who wants to answer that? Would that be you? Okay, this is Chief LeBron.
So they were all different. Some of the threats were written on school property. Some of them came through social media. Also, the way we received them, some came through Crime Stoppers, some came from the Louisiana State Police Fusion Center, and some were called in directly to NOPD. So like I said, it was all different. The threats, I don't want to get into because it is active investigation, but they're all different. And we don't believe it's the same person. We do believe it's, different people.
Thank you.
Gina?
Yes, I know you all had said earlier that you all have identified some callers. Does that mean you all have identified some of these people who have made threats on the phone?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
When's the last time you got a threat to schools that was this widespread here in New Orleans?
We've had some threats before, and we're able to actually identify those persons that did that, but never to this extent where I think right now we're looking at some 12 schools being threatened. So this is the reason we're letting you know that this is kind of quite a bit, and it's not a 2 or 3 school incident.
Parker, go ahead.
Is this incident going to lead to more stricter enforcement around campuses in New Orleans?
I think that's the purpose of this. As the superintendent said, once we know and we're sure the person's doing this, we will come down on them pretty hard. They will be arrested. And I would say to the parents, if they are aware that their child is involved, or let's just say it's a student, that they should try to immediately bring them in, and that will probably help the cause.
Missy?
Can you say, were these people acting together? How many suspects are you looking at right now?
Several suspects. I don't have an exact number right now. Like I said, a lot of this stuff started being investigated last night and then into today. We received new threats. And I'm sorry, what was the second part of the question?
Were they working together?
We can't say that at this
Okay.
point. We can't say that at this point. So,
Dot, you have a question?
Yeah, can you address on how many charges this person could be, and up to, is it gonna be like slap on the wrist, or are they gonna put him underneath the jail?
As I said, we're going to be looking at a terrorizing threat. That's going to be up to the DA how they proceed from. We're just law enforcement and we enforce the laws, but that other part's going to come in from the prosecutorial side, and we can't speak on that. But we hope that they do either teach them a lesson or make sure that it never happens again.
What's the normal charges on this?
like I said,
This particular statute.
it is a terrorism charge, so, as far as what they get for that, I'd have to look that up to tell you specific.
Is it possibly it could go be federal?
Probably not. I would say it'll probably stay at the state level.
All right, thank y'all for coming out. This is all of the information. I'm sorry.
I know
I
I
don't wanna
need to
forget you.
share, but,
I know, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to ask to clarify, are all of the schools that were involved public? And is there any information you can give us, like geographically, like, oh, they were all in such and such a neighborhood or anything like that?
Yeah, a majority of them are public schools, actually, I think all of them maybe. I would say that we can release it at some point, until our investigation's over, we won't release it right now, and we'll do it through our public information office.
Geographically, I think also is a question.
Throughout the city. Geographically, it's throughout the city. It just hit in various areas all over.